What's going on, beautiful people? It is Why Not Us podcast. It's your host, Ken J. And this series is being service to others. And today in the building, I have Joe Vinci. What's going on, Joe? How are you feeling mentally?
I'm good. I'm great. Yeah, everything is good. Had a
That's
great night's sleep. Had a little exercise this morning, so I'm feeling pretty good today.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Let the people know about Joe. Let the people know about Joe Vinci. Who is Joe Vinci, man? What the
Okay.
vibe is with Joe Vinci?
So I'm from upstate New York, a town called Rochester, New York. I moved down to South Florida about 5.5 years ago. I came down here. I came to rehab and I got sober. Been sober ever since. So I've been cutting hair for a little bit over 10 years. I did it in New York for 5, and then I came down here and I did it for 5. So I've jumped around a little bit from shop to shop, but it's been quite an experience. I could not have told you 5 years ago that when I moved down here that I would be where I'm at today, but it's how life is. It's full of surprises. It's been a great journey.
Yeah, life is a journey. You never know. You just gotta
Mhm.
go with the feeling. You know what I'm saying? And big ups to you. Big ups to you for remaining sober. So that's big energy, right there for sure. You are a barber, and that's being service to others. So when you think about being service to others, what comes to mind?
So being service for others, it means a couple different things from what I'm doing every single day. So, of course, there's the aspect of hair, helping the client decide like what works best for them, what's going to be the easiest thing for them to maintain, so on and so forth. That part's kind of easy. After doing this for about 10 years, that's you kind of develop a skill set and it's really not that hard. After a little while, there's some challenges, but it's a little easier. What comes with my job is supporting the clients through their everyday lives. I am very close with them. I understand a lot of what they're doing every single day. I understand, the struggles that they're going through. So I'm kind of there as their support too. And they look for me for guidance, not just with their hair. There's a lot more that comes with it. So sometimes, like, they might be struggling with a relationship, they might be struggling with financial issues, they might be struggling with friendships, and they come to me. And a lot of them really take a lot of advice from me, and I have to help guide them through some things sometimes. So it's not just about the hair. A lot more to it than that. A lot more.
Most definitely, that's what it is. Being service to others. You might just cut the hair, but you're having a conversation with them.
Hmm.
You're building a relationship with them. So that's dope in
Absolutely.
itself, because people feel comfortable, and there's a lot of things going on in the world, and just having a barber that's down to earth, that's willing to have a conversation with you, maybe motivate you, maybe give you some advice, man, that's
Hmm.
everything. So like I said, when I reached out to you, everything I do with intentions, and I saw your reel, and like I said, I didn't like what was in the comments. You feel what I'm saying? So I just love your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go off energy, I go off vibes. You feel what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
had to reach out to you. You know what I mean? I had to do it. So, like I told you in the beginning before we even started, I appreciate you for saying yes to Why Not Us podcast, to just coming up here and just talking about being service to others, because that's what it's all about, serving people.
Hmm. Absolutely. 100%.
So
Do you want to discuss the real? Do you want to
yeah,
discuss that a little bit?
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that is one of my very good friends that you saw in the video. It's a very, very good looking guy, so I'd like to record him. He has a good personality as well. He's very happy with himself. So usually when I do a YouTube video, I'll do the 16 by 9, right? So um, I'll start filming in 16 by 9. So basically this means vertical. So I'll film like the whole YouTube video, and then what I do is I also will turn the camera and I will go 9 by 16. So this is going to be your real format that you saw. So when I do this, this is like almost advertising the long format video. And when I made the short one of him, I never thought that it would lead to that, like in what you saw in the comments there, because it was just kind of like the whole point of it was for me to showcase, like, not necessarily like that I'm the best barber, that I'm not the best at doing wave haircuts. It was trying to show the people that this is the proper way that your barber or stylist should be doing your consultation. This is how it should go. And then vocalizing back and forth with the client what you're going to do before you even pick up a clipper or a trimmer is very, very, very important. That's the whole point of the video. That's the whole point of that series there, is to show the people that this is really important. You need someone who's good, who's vocal, who discusses with you what they're going to do before, after, during. So that was like the whole point of it. It was just to showcase professionalism. It was basically it. And it didn't start off that well. It only got like a few thousand in the first like 2 weeks. I don't know what happened. It blew up. There's like thousands of comments in there now, and after a little while, Facebook stops alerting me about comments. So I don't know the number, but after a little while, they stop notifying me because there's too many. So what'll happen is sometimes I'll go in there, and I started looking at the comments, and I'm just seeing like lots of negativity. And it was also nice to see that there were people in there defending me as well. People that I didn't even know were also defending me. So that was nice. And then I saw some in there that were not so nice. And this is what happens when you're a content creator. People are going to come on there and they're going to rip your soul apart. Usually what they're, I follow a guy, you probably know of him, is Gary Vaynerchuk. So he speaks a lot about this, people dropping negativity in the comments. Like, he speaks on this a lot. So our initial reaction is to go in there and give it right back to him. Just absolutely, just rip them apart, bring them down. That's like what we would most people would want to do. But what he preaches is you need to understand the state of mind that this person is in. If they're going to take the time out of their day to go on your page and leave negativity, they're probably not in a good place. Most likely something's going on. They're probably not too happy. So what I start to do is, when I see these comments, not all of them, but some of them, when I see like someone is really like negative and I see them saying something really bad, I will genuinely respond to them like, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?" Because that comment right there does not show me that everything is okay with you. Like, is there something we can do? And I urge my audience to not go in there and rip them apart. Like, you could defend your point a little bit, but there's a respectful way to do it, So when I replied back and I put that comment at the top of the post there, that was that it was new to me, because I'm not used to getting like thousands of comments on posts. So I was actually going through the page and I was looking for a specific comment, because I'm building a landing page for my website. So I'm looking for like a specific comment. I don't really know what I was looking for. I was looking for something that I could use. And when you're sifting through hundreds and hundreds and thousands of hate comments, it does something to you mentally a little bit. Now, usually it doesn't bother me, but when you see it at that level, it kind of irritated me a little bit, and it got to me. So that's where I posted that long comment that you saw there. And, I was trying to be respectful about it, but still stand up for myself at the same time. So I don't think I was mean in the comment. I was a little angry when I wrote it, but from what I remember typing, I think I was pretty respectful. And I also thanked the people in there too that were, like, going back and forth. They were kind of defending me. They understood the point of the video. They understood that what I was trying to portray and what I was trying to show, because they've been following me for a while. So they get it. And yeah, to those that were defending me, I appreciate that as well too. But like I said, I was just trying to show professionalism, and the proper way that I believe a consultation should be given is because the consultation is the most important part. It's hands down the most important part. This is really what is going to make a barber an incredible barber, or a hairstylist a great stylist, is if they can listen to the client and understand what it is that they want, and then relay back to them what it is that they're going to do to achieve their desired style. It's the whole point of the video. I'm definitely not the best wave cutter. Definitely not. I specialize a little bit more in straighter hair, so it's a little easier for me. But that type of hair, as you saw in the comment, I learned that in the last barber shop that I was in because they specialize in that hair. So I learned it a lot more than I did when I was cutting hair in New York. So I've definitely got a much better understanding on it, but I still do know I need to improve. We always need to improve. You never know everything. You never completely like know it all. Like you always can self improve in all areas of your life. So yeah, that was my little ramble there. Sorry.
No, 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 no need to say sorry. But I like how you was interacting with him. So because I never really seen like a barber kind of like interact like you was interacting with him, because it was basically like what he wanted type vibe. Because some barbers, you tell them what you want and boom, and that's all. But you was having like a whole dialogue with him. Y'all was going back and forth, and I liked it, and I liked the energy, and I like just how you was just listening to him. And you'll continue to get better at doing waves, and
Mhm.
that as well, because you're going to continue working on it and everything. But there's a lot of mean and cruel people in this world, and you're exactly
Mhm.
right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of attacking back at them, you know what I'm saying, wonder like, man, it's got to be something going on with them. Like maybe they having a rough day. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like how you said that. So
Mhm.
I've seen you on I think it's LinkedIn, and I see you do you've had a couple pictures up there as well. So like I said, you are in the Florida area. So if someone wanted you to cut their hair, how could they hit you up and get an appointment going on? How does that go?
So the best way to do it is if you go on my Facebook or my Instagram, the account for my barbering is Da Vinci Cuts. It's DaVinci Cuts. And there is a booking link right in the bio. It's through Square, so you'll be taken to the Square app and you can
Okay.
book right there through me. My name is Joe Vinci. You can book an appointment. It's pretty simple.
Okay, okay. So, what advice would you give someone that wants to be a barber? Like, what advice would you give
Hmm.
them that wants to be a barber?
Hmm.
They have the skills and everything, but they don't know how to communicate with people, and they might lack that, but they do have the skills.
Okay, so very first thing is the license. You want a license. You want to check into your state's requirements for the license. That's extremely important. So, as far as the after that, if you have the skill of cutting hair and you want to get a better clientele and you want to learn how to communicate better with people, this is actually something that people struggle with because they might be able to communicate with their friends very well, their significant other, their very, very close friends. But when you get somebody in your barber chair, it's going to be a little bit tough if you've never talked to them before. So it can be a little bit intimidating for people. So the best way that you could start doing this is when you have a client come in the shop, first thing that you want to do is you want to greet them. You want to walk up to them, you want to shake their hand, you want to dap them up, you want to introduce who you are, especially if you've never met this person before. That is extremely important. The first impression is very, very important. Then I bring them into the chair. And before I like to not even put the cape on them because I like to let them know that I'm gonna be asking them what they want, and I want them to know that my attention is completely focused on them. So what I'll do is I'll spin them towards the mirror. That is like the number one most important thing. You have to do that because a lot of barbers will turn their client like away, like looking at a wall,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the barber will be looking away from them and they ask them what they want. Don't do that. Like we need to stop that. Just stop doing that. What you need to do is you need to turn them right to the mirror, and you can either look at them in the mirror or you can turn around and look directly at them. I just personally like to look in the mirror. It's not as like aggressive if you're like this close to somebody's face. So I like to just look in the mirror and then I ask them like, what are you going for today? And you let them do their best to explain it. Some people are going to know exactly what they want. Other people aren't going to really know. They're not barbers. They don't really know the terminology to these things. So let them explain to you what they want. You want to find out what they do in their day to day, because that's going to be very important for the type of style that is going to, they're going to be able to maintain. Some people style their hair once a week. Some people do it every single day. Just find out about them, ask them the questions, and then relay back to them what you think is going to be best for them based off of what they told you. Don't do something completely different. Relay back to them something very similar to what they're trying to achieve. Show them how they're going to do it, and explain to them how you're going to do it. Then you can begin. And it's also very important to talk to them throughout the process. Now, you don't want to be silent the whole time, and you don't want to babble in their ear the whole time.
Okay.
Like you have to find, because some people get annoyed. Like if like I've seen barbers where they talk the whole time, and not everybody likes that. Maybe some do, but you want to find like a good balance of in between. Definitely, I would rather have you talk the whole time than be completely silent, because you want to show them that you're interested. You can start with very simple questions. It's very easy. I had to do this yesterday. I had a brand new client come into the chair. I never met him before. You could start with something very, very simple, like, are you from the area? Do you have any plans this weekend? Those are my two that I go with right there. And so when you do that, you're kind of breaking the ice. And this is actually making the client feel a little bit more comfortable sitting in your chair. So this is extremely helpful. This is going to break them. They're not going to be as tense. They're not going to be so worried anymore. And then once you come to an end and you're pretty much done, you want to turn them right back to the mirror, and you want to show them every little detail. You want to explain to them what you did. You want to explain to them how they can maintain this style when they are at home. You want to explain to them the proper products that they could use that is going to be able to maintain this same style that you did. That's really important, because some people leave the barber in, or the hairstylist, and they don't know how to replicate what their barber hairstylist did. So they might look great when they walk out of the shop, but 3 days later, they have no idea how to do their hair. So it's all about helping them achieve what they want while they're in the chair, and then continuing to make it look good until they come in and see you again. That's the goal. That's what's going to make you a great barber hairstylist, is if you can have them happy from the time they leave to when they come back in. That's really the most important thing. And then, of course, close it off with, when you bring them out and charge them, you want to give them a business card. You want to let them know when they can find you. You want to let them know, like at the counter, maybe what products you used, offer them, tell them that you have them there. Don't try to push them too hard on the sale. That could push clients away as well too. And yeah, but also another thing too is I would be cautious of recording people.
Okay.
And the reason that I say this is because I'm guilty of this too. I've learned this in the past year. Not everybody wants to be on camera. Not everybody wants a camera pushed in their face. So you need to kind of, don't record the person the first time they come in. Whatever you do, just don't do that. Just don't do that. I understand you want to get content out. You want to be seen. Don't record them the first time they come in. Just don't do that. Build a little relationship with them, get comfortable with them, and then you can introduce a camera possibly coming in, because this is going to get your work seen, and more people are going to want to come in and see you. So it's all about making the client feel comfortable, satisfying their needs, and satisfying their hairstyle from to the point where they leave the shop and to the point where they come back into you. So excuse me. Yeah, so I think I touched on pretty much everything there. You want to just be consistent too.
Okay.
You want to be consistent. Oh, and be on time. I can't stress that enough. Don't be 30 minutes late. If you're going to be late, tell the client that you're going to be late. Send them a text message. Let them know you're going to be late. If it's too late and they're already there, walk right up to them. Even when you still have a client in the chair, walk right up to them as you see them waiting. Let them know, I'm going to be a little bit late. I'm sorry, this and this happened. I apologize. I'll be with you in X amount of time. Because if you do that, instead of just leaving them sitting there waiting, they don't know how long they're going to wait. They might have an appointment that they have to go to after the haircut. They're not sure if they're going to miss it. If you let them know then they're going to sit there with a little bit more comfort, and they're going to know, okay, he said he's going to be ready at this time. He is late, but he told me I should be okay. So you want to vocalize it. You want to make them comfortable. That's the whole thing. You want to make them comfortable. You want to get them to like you. You want them to enjoy the process. And of course, you want to be good at cutting hair. That's pretty important too.
Man, that's awesome right there. Like everything, that's great advice. That's most definitely great advice for upcoming barbers or even people that's cutting hair now. That's amazing advice. Like I said, Joe, I appreciate you for being a part of the platform. You're always welcome to come back. This is Why Not Us podcast. That's Joe Vinci. And yeah, peace and blessings to everybody. And be great, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You already know the vibes, man. I'm out. This is the outro. We out.
You can be what you wanna be. See what you wanna see. Go where you wanna go. Oh. Why not? Why not us? Why not us? Why not? Why not us with Ken J? Why Not Us podcast with Ken J.